Premier Doug Ford is taking another retaliatory step today in the trade war launched by the U.S. on Canada. Our Queen's Park reporter Sean Jeffers joins us with more on this. So Sean, the Premier targeting the power we sent to a number of American states. What exactly is going on here?
That's right, Dwight. So Premier Doug Ford making good on that promise to apply a surcharge, a 25% surcharge to power that's exported to the United States, specifically to 3 states, to New York, Michigan, and Minnesota. So the Premier says this will impact 1.5 million consumers there, businesses, homes, and it will just add additional costs to them. And he's saying that really that will generate more revenue for the province, which it will use $400,000 a day to help fight the tariffs and really help workers and businesses that are impacted by them. Let's hear from Premier Ford about this decision today.
This surcharge will cost families and businesses in these states up to $400,000 each and every single day. On an average, this will add around $100 per month to the bills of hardworking Americans.
So right there, the Premier really trying to emphasize the impact on the individual there, Dwight, talking about the cost that regular Americans will incur. And he thinks that this is really the path to ensuring that the message that these tariffs will have a negative impact on Canada, but also the United States, is how you reach U.S. President Donald Trump, who has put them on, taking them off, reverse course a number of times, but has threatened to impose them again on April the 2nd. The Premier has said, though, that he has not ruled out cutting off electricity supply to the U.S. as well.
So, Sean, you said this already. Ontario provides power to about 1.5 million customers in 3 states. How will this then affect people in the U.S.?
Well, that is the question, Dwight. And experts that I've spoken to have a range of opinions. They say that this is a very small amount of electricity that is sold by Ontario to these U.S. states. And they talk about the fact that the U.S. probably has workarounds, ways to get around it. But what it does is it complicates a system that is very intertwined, a grid that has been built over the last number of decades and shares power, peak load, when there is demand throughout the system over any given day. So the experts say that it may not have a massive impact in terms of the cost, but there could be cost increases and also reliability issues in the United States. So here's Energy Minister, or former Energy Minister, Brad Dogood, talking about the impact that he sees this potentially having.
So they'll either have to pay 25% more for their power and utilize Ontario's power or electricity, or they'll find alternative sources of power that in all likelihood are more costly than Ontario's current. So what they do and what the extent of the damages to them is uncertain.
So right there, Dwight, you hear Dogood, the former energy minister, just talking about how, frankly, there will be downstream impacts here, and it may force people in the United States to buy from other energy suppliers, which could then increase costs. And Premier Doug Ford was asked about that, challenged about it, really, the effectiveness of this move. And he said, look, it'll have downstream impacts, and really what they're trying to provoke here is a kitchen table response. Consumers picking up their bill, looking at it, feeling a bit of pain, and pushing back on elected representatives in the U.S., which is a big part of the strategy that Ontario is trying to employ here.